Joshi. That was really an enlightening speech. It comes from over 30 years of experience in the manufacturing. And thank you very much for setting the context for this session. And it's a great privilege for me to introduce Dr. Prem Motwani, who is a professor at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Dr. Prem Motwani is an alumnus of Delhi University and JNU. He has visited Japan close to 80 times and lectured at many universities. He has lectured at NIQR Business Seminar as a regular faculty. He was visiting professor at Hiroshima University and was director at the Japanese School, New Delhi for over 15 years. He has been awarded the prestigious Harsha Award by ISQ in 2023 for guiding companies in the journey for quality excellence. He was awarded the Order of the Rising Sun Gold Rays with neck ribbons by the Japanese government in the autumn 2020 in the recognition of his contribution to promoting academic exchange and mutual understanding between Japan and India. He was awarded Japanese Foreign Minister's Commendation by the Japanese government in 2015. NIQR takes pride in presenting Dr. Prem Motwani for this session, and I kindly request Dr. Prem Motwani to be here to deliver his most awaited speech. And it's great to be here, Dr. Motwani, and it's a pleasure to meet you again. I have met him in Japan last time, and we are closely, associated through ISQ. Thank you very much. Dr. Prem Motwani. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Respected members of NIQR, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be speaking here again. I was here earlier this year in the NIQR seminar where I delivered a talk. I would just like to add that since I have been an academic all my life and a student of Japan, I have never worked in the industry. So talking to all the professionals, all the practitioners, from a third person's perspective, like though I have been an academic, I have specialized on Japanese economy and Japanese management. And that is where my meeting point with the industry started. And through the Deming audits and TPM audits, I have been associated with a lot of companies. And that, got me interested into, finding out in more details. Theoretically, I knew Japanese management, but practically, how it is being implemented here. So I visited Japan close to 80, 90 times. And each time I visited Japan, I visited a lot of companies through JUSE and JMAC and saw, how they were implementing the same methodologies. So that actually revealed to me that there is a big gap, and obviously it's the cultural difference, so it is bound to be different. So my role always has been to act as a bridge between India and Japan. So from that perspective, I would like to really talk today also. So the title of this is Role of Engineering in the Digital Age. Do I operate myself, or can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. So these are the contents of my presentation. Now, typical role of engineering. I have not gone into too much of detail, but basically when you say the production engineering, when you say engineering, I believe it is production engineering. So you do product process designing and development, and then the documentation. You have product and process validation, work process design, die, jig, tool design, maintenance, then drawings and technical standard management, and new equipment introduction and organizational learning. I mean, these are broad kind of tasks that any production engineering performs. And in addition to that, you have some of these other tasks to be performed, like early participation in concept and prototype design reviews. You have change management, DFA, DFM, then develop new production technologies and optimal methods. Of late, we talk about factory IoT and automation. And then data-driven PDCA for chronic problems, taking problems upstream. And then reliability, or making improvements like ease of inspection, usage, maintenance, etc. Now, these are some of the best practices. When we say, we all know, as professionals, you also know that, continually we need to make our plant more flexible. We need to do faster time to market and do vertical startup, which according to me is very weak in India, I mean, what I have seen. And then even the next point, every part and assembly step is to be optimized for QCDS, the quality, cost, delivery, and safety, before tooling. Now, this is also something which is quite weak in India, I mean, I may be generalizing. So I would rather ask all of you to do a self-check and see how much of that is required and the world is doing, or say at least Japan, I can say with confidence that it is a given in every company that if you don't do this QCDS, you don't go to the next step, right? Then first time right. So any new product, it has to be first time right. It is not an afterthought. So here again, I have seen actually in many Deming audits, if the data for new products has a lot of design changes or post mass production issues, they say it was a new product. So the first time right concept is not that strong. And then this MSA or capability studies. Then again, the built-in quality. That is a mindset actually. It's not paperwork. And then developing new production technologies and optimal methods. And then the MP design. So that is maintenance prevention design. Now, according to me, what I have seen in my 25 years of interaction with the industries, that these best practices are known to us, but how much of it we are able to really implement. So that is something I leave it to you to do a self-check on this. So according to me, production engineering has R&D on one side and purchase and production on the other side. Both are its clients, and there has to be collaboration. So cross-functional management or cross-functional collaboration, that is also one gray area in India where we really have this still throw it over the wall kind of approach. So it has to be both top-down and bottom-up approaches. That means that it has to be overlapping activity, not a baton relay. So whatever issues you face, if there are chronic issues, you have to take them to the design solution. So now, of late, we are talking a lot about, say, Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0, Quality 4.0, Quality 5.0. I mean, all these are coming from the Western world. And we at times can't really help avoiding them. Now, if you see the status of Indian manufacturing, I would rather put, maybe 80% in this category, or even more. That we have robots, we have computers, we have CNC, PLC. So we are in so-called Industry 3.0 stage. Then gradually we have some of the big companies investing in Industry 4.0. And we have some of the key technologies which are known to you, so I'm not going into those details. But then, you know, we must not forget that these are only tools or means. They are not the goal in themselves. I get a very strong feeling that in India we tend to treat Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0 as the goals in themselves. So there is a word of caution there. Now, where is the Industry 4.0 now? I would say that it is still the next thing. And it is lagging the initial promise. I mean, not only in India. I would rather say that if you see globally, yes, next slide, I'm going to talk about that as well. But then there are lots of issues, like we have infrastructure deficits, we have lack of quality culture and fragmentation of quality data. We have big data, but then data analytics is not good enough. So we are not able to really use the data effectively. We have skill gap, we have outdated systems infrastructure, and there is a cost of updating them. So, and then as such, India is still, I would say, focusing on low-cost manufacturing. So if you are to invest heavily, how many companies can really go for this? So that becomes another issue. Then integrating new tools, technologies into the existing process. Unless we are able to do a whole lot of things in-house, because if we just depend on the external vendors or consulting firms, we have a lot of limitation because we will not be able to really sustain that. So, and then there is a lot of uncertainty about the ROI on the whole thing. So, just I tried to, it all started from Germany, then Japan and USA. I mean, these are three leading countries. What is the status in Germany? About 60% utilize Industry 4.0 related technologies in limited sectors. So they are using it in automotive, mechanical, and plant engineering, electronics, and some high-tech sectors. So, I mean, here I have mentioned almost 2/3 of the companies are large companies. So they cannot really, it cannot happen in the MSME sector or even, I would say, some of the other sectors where, the ready-made model is not present before you. In Japan, 30 to 40% of companies, and this is most recent data, 2024, using digital technology to improve their business processes in manufacturing, production management, administrative processing, order, and inventory management. And if we talk about planning, development, and design, and quality control, only 20% of manufacturing companies are able to leverage these new technologies. USA, of course, again, the figure is almost same, but just 10% of North American process and discrete manufacturers have completed digital transformation projects. So that is the status. Now, while we are listening to all this, we already Industry 5.0 is here, and we are talking about it. So it doesn't replace 4.0, but it rather evolves it, and it adds a greater focus on human well-being and societal goals alongside technological achievements, advancements. So, so from the economic value, the focus is to societal value. Now, this is, we need to really be a little more cautious or judicious in our selection, because the ground reality is that we are not in a position to, say, go for Industry 5.0. Maybe some big industries can do it, but I would say that 80% plus companies may not be able to really do this. And basically, because of this digitalization and this IoT, and we are moving from product quality to quality in use. So basically, it is that what you have been doing a physical PDCA, now it's a virtual PDCA. So it will be manufacturing plus service, or into service and into IoT. So combination of hardware and software. And we need to look at the life cycle quality. I mean, this is something which is happening. Big companies are doing it. We already have some examples in, even in India, like EV battery or tires, pay-per-use, or say iPhone, Tesla, Komatsu, they capture overall user experience across the product life cycle. So all this is a reality, but then these are, very, I would say, one-off cases, or very few, handful of cases where this is being done at this scale. So going forward, I think that we need to really do this, but then, it has to be done on continuous basis. We cannot bypass one of this and jump on to the next one. What I mean to say that from 3.0, if we want to jump on to 5.0, it is not bound to work. And this is service excellence, which is, again, the ultimate goal of this Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0. So we are looking at the entire life cycle of the product, and we need to really excel in our service as well. So it is not just the product quality, but it's the service quality or the quality in use, which I talked about. So, the skill sets are shifting. So we need to have continuous learning mindset. We need proficiency in emerging quality technologies, predictive data analytics, data management, cross-functional expertise, and proficiency in emerging technologies. So these are some of the things which we really need to do. But are these IoT and Industry 4.0 potential panaceas? I have a big question mark to that. We have issues like integration complexities is there. Cost and feasibility is going to be another major area. And then people are the key. Now, whatever you may say, in India, of course, again, please pardon me for generalizing, but what my experience is that there's a big divide between white collar and blue collar. People, we are not talking about just engineers, because unless, on the shop floor, we are able to really, make the workforce skilled and capable of leveraging those new capabilities, we may not be able to really get much out of this, because if you see the data, the failure rate of Industry 4.0 and 5.0 is also quite big. I have not talked about it today. So, basically, I would like to conclude by saying that machine learning is highly, reliable on the quantity, quality, and relevance of data it is trained on. AI lacks the common sense reasoning that human possesses naturally. And AI also has limited contextual understanding. So they are effective at finding correlation between data, but they do not understand the underlying causal relationships. So I personally feel that keeping all these limitations in mind and the fact that AI or ML or Industry 4.0 or 5.0, they are only the tools. And instead of just following the fad, I think we need to really see that what it really works for me. So, I mean, if you look at, say, Toyota, or you must have heard about the built-in quality or the self-certified processes. So what they have done is that they have used this digital technology to make the quality in the process. That means no fault forward. And it is not expensive. And it is done by the workforce on the shop floor. So I think we need to really do a careful selection of the technology instead of going full blast into this Industry 4.0 or 5.0. We need to really weigh its pros and cons and accordingly take a call on it. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Motwani, for enlightening speech. That was quite insightful, and the message that he gave was really, kind of an eye-opener for us that we have to, at one time we have to welcome the technology, but then we have to use the technology with caution. And I really appreciate the message that he wanted to put it forward with a lot of emphasis that human potential still is valuable, and although no matter what the technology goes forward.
What an enlightening session, right? Completely different perspectives on 360 degrees from different eminent speakers, whether it is academia, whether it is from the industry, HR world, you could hear it all. The trend seems to be very clear. Number one is the upskilling and reskilling. Most of the speakers talked about it. They summarized the Industry 4.0 and where we are moving towards Industry 5.0. What are the challenges in applying them? What are the essential traits that one has to have to ensure that we adapt to the new changes? Finally, a lot of discussion has happened on data, AI, emerging technologies, and how you can adapt your workforce towards the new technologies. A slight mention was done, however, if the time was permitted, we could have dwelled upon more on the softer skills required for the human potential to adapt to the new things. A good amount of insights were given, which was a very different perspective, and how the, from the baby boomers all the way to Gen X and Gen Z and Gen Alpha, how this learning takes place and what are the different approaches in adaptability to the new learnings.
I have a question for Motwani sir. He had mentioned that we are shifting from product quality to quality in use on one of the slides. Could he just elaborate more on that from an R&D perspective? Like, because we always focused on reliability and durability of products, but how we have to shift for quality in use?
Actually, the purpose of all this, Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0 is to pick up the data. I mean, not only from your manufacturing processes, but from the field and in real time, and see the trend, and based on the analysis, see, like, I said, you have in tires or in EV battery, it is pay per use. Or in, say Tesla cars, what they do is like they pick up the data from each of the cars that are running on roads. And based on that, they have softwares based on, even in an iPhone, if any issues are there, they can address through the software itself. But so it is going to come in many other fields as well. And so ultimately it will be like, you get real-time data about the problems that your customer is facing with regard to the reliability of your product. So that is what is quality in use.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
I would like to thank all the eminent speakers, their passion, their preparation. I would like to thank Dr. Swaminathan for his leadership and having all of us here. I would like to also thank all the dignitaries on the stage, as well as I would like to thank the NIQR team for this enlightening session. Thank you so much.
Again.